Today, I will be talking about the 7 kings of Rome. They ruled from about 753 BC to 509 BC. They are the beginning of Rome, and I would like to tell you a little bit about them. Before I tell you a little bit about the 7 kings of Rome, first we need to know who they were. A little thing that I like to use to remember this is Roman noodles, toss and turn. Serve them. Using this, we can remember the order and who the 7 kings of Rome were. Roman for Romulus, noodles for Numa Pompilius, toss for Tullus Hostilius, and for Ancus Marcius, turn for Tarquinius Priscus, serve for Servius Tullius, and them for Tarquinius Superbus. Again, Roman noodles, toss and turn. Serve them. The first king of Rome, also the founder of Rome, was Romulus. Romulus killed his brother Remus, and so born was Rome. Romulus ruled over Rome from about 715 BC to 715 BC. Romulus was definitely a more warlike ruler. He was always in the mindset of violence. Romulus's death was pretty neat. Supposedly, a brutal storm came rolling through Rome. Everyone scattered in fear of the brutal storm, and when it was all said and done, Romulus was missing. A senator said he rose to the gods and that Romulus said he was going to live with the gods. The Romans, being very superstitious back then, of course just believed this naturally. That is Romulus, the first king of Rome. The second king of Rome was Numa Pompilius. Numa is said to have reigned from 715 BC to 673 BC. At first, Numa did not even accept kingship, but eventually he was talked into it. One of Numa's main goals as king was to bring peace to Rome. In fact, one of Numa's first acts as king was getting rid of guards that Romulus had placed before when he was king. Numa even took land Romulus had conquered when he was king, and he distributed it among the poor people, hoping that an agricultural way of life would help Rome be more peaceful. Numa was definitely a change from previous warlike king Romulus. Numa was the second king of Rome. The third king of Rome was Tullus Hostilius. Tullus ruled Rome from about 673 BC to 642 BC. Tullus was a very warlike ruler, more so than Romulus even. Ironically, the cause of Tullus's death was him being such a warlike leader. That is supposedly what led to his death. Supposedly, a plague came rolling through Rome. Tullus, being so wrapped up in war, he did not pay attention to any of the religious rites that he should have been partaking in because of the plague. So, when the plague came, he didn't even worry about it, until, however, when he became sick, then he paid attention to it and performed the religious rites that were necessary. But even then, he still just carelessly performed the rites and just botched them completely. So it is believed that Jupiter struck Tullus down with a bolt of lightning for his carelessness in the religious rituals that he performed. Tullus Hostilius was the third king of Rome. The fourth king of Rome was Ancus Marcius. Ancus was actually the grandson of Numa, the second king of Rome. The main reason as to why Ancus was made king of Rome was so he, like Numa, could bring great peace to Rome. Because of Ancus being seen as such a peaceful leader like Numa, Ancus was tested right away by the Old Latin tribe when he very first became king. The Old Latin tribe tried to hit Rome hard. However, to everyone's surprise, Ancus squashed the Old Latin tribe and their city. They were eventually absorbed into Rome. Ancus proved that, even though he was a good peaceful leader, when he had to be, he could be a great warrior leader. Ancus Marcius was the fourth king of Rome, who ruled from about 642 BC to 617 BC. The fifth king of Rome was Tarquinius Priscus. Tarquinius was king from about 617 BC to 579 BC. Tarquinius founded the Circus Maximus. Known by many today, the Circus Maximus was used for chariot races back then. Tarquinius also increased the military size. Tarquinius also increased the size of the Senate to 200. Now, since many members of the Senate owed Tarquinius from putting them on the Senate in the first place, those people, combined with the people already on the Senate that were in favor of Tarquinius, added up so that most likely the majority of the Senate would be in favor of Tarquinius. Tarquinius was the fifth king of Rome. The sixth king of Rome was Servius Tullius. Tullius ruled from about 579 BC to 535 BC. One of the main things that Servius is accredited with is putting forth the Servian Constitution. This divides citizens into 5 classes. These classes are based on how wealthy you are. Eventually, Servius was betrayed by his daughter and her husband, and he was killed by them both. Servius's daughter's husband just so happened to be the 7th king of Rome, Lucius Tarquinius Superbus. Servius Tullius was the 7th king of Rome. The 7th and final king of Rome was Tarquinius Superbus. Tarquinius is mainly accredited with the falling of the Roman monarchy. While Tarquinius was away on campaign, his son, Sextus Tarquinius, raped a noblewoman named Lucretia. Lucretia, as you can imagine, was very mad and revealed this offense to various Roman noblemen, and then she committed suicide. The Roman noblemen, led by Lucius Junius Brutus, obtained the support of the Roman aristocracy and the people and expelled the king and his family. And what followed next was none other than the Roman Republic. Tarquinius Superbus was the 7th and final king of Rome. Thanks for watching.